Warm greetings to the august gathering of eminent educators, erudite scholars, parent community, and students present here. We at DLDAV Shalimar Bagh believe in transforming adversities into opportunities. So, with great pride and privilege, we present before you the fifth edition of the Education Fair Infinitum, though virtually. As you all are aware, this Infinitum Education Fair is a regular feature of our school. It is a mega event which presents infinite doorways of opportunities in various career paths. It is an excellent platform where a number of experienced resource persons share their valuable input, and various universities enlighten our students with the myriad career choices available to them. This time again, we go online due to the demand of the time, but the energy and enthusiasm to give our best to our students is boundless. Dear audience, a day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. So, following our tradition, we begin our function by invoking the blessing of the divine. Join us for the Gayatri Mantra. There is power in prayer. When we pray, we connect with the Almighty, and our strength is renewed. When we pray, storms get stilled, doors open up, and our hope gets rekindled. So, we now present a soulful prayer sung by our own alumni, Anmol Kaur.
ना रंग है ना रूप है ना शक्ल ना आकार है, फिर भी तू कण कण में प्रभु तेरी लीला परंपार है। ना रंग है ना रूप है ना शक्ल ना आकार है, फिर भी तू कण कण में प्रभु तेरी लीला परंपार है। ना रंग है तू ही नदी का वेग है, तू ही पवन की चाल है, तू ही प्राणियों में जिंदगी, ईश्वर तू ही महाकाल है, ईश्वर तू ही महाकाल है। तेरी दया की छाँव में दाता खड़ा संसार है, फिर भी तू कण कण में प्रभु तेरी लीला परंपार है। ना रंग है तू ही वेदना संवेदना, तू ही दुखी की पुकार में, शुभ कर्म में हर धर्म में हर दान
on this pious and positive note, I invite my colleague, Ms. Meru Channa, to extend a floral welcome to our galaxy of stars today. Over to you, Ms. Meru.
Warm greetings to all. Stephen Covey has so rightly said, your power to choose your direction of life allows you to reinvent yourself, to change your future, and to powerfully influence the rest of creation. With this spirit in our minds and hearts, and to steer your wheels onto sterling paths in life, we welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of Infinitum 5.0 Education Fair. The guest of honor for today's mega event are Professor Shobha Bagai and Professor Aditya B. Majumdar. Dr. Shobha Bagai is professor at Cluster Innovation Center, Delhi University. She is member of many organizations and has contributed a lot in the research field. She has been awarded for Teaching Excellence Award for Innovation by University of Delhi in 2015. Respected ma'am, I, on behalf of the entire DLJV family, extend my hearty welcome to you. Welcome to this virtual platform through this virtual bouquet of flowers, ma'am. Professor B. Majumdar is Dean Admissions from Jindal University. He studied at St. Joseph College, Kolkata, and pursued his bachelor's degree from National University of Judicial Sciences, Kolkata. He pursued his master's degree in law from Tulane University, United States of America. I welcome you, sir, on today's mega event with this virtual bouquet of flowers. So, we are welcoming both of you on this virtual platform with virtual bouquet, but dear guest, these virtual flowers has all the feelings of respect and honor for both of you. A big thank to our respected guests for taking out time from their busy schedule for today's event. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality and to inculcate this value of leadership among the students and teachers. The leader behind the planning of this mega event, Infinitum 5.0, is a great visionary, our respected principal, Mrs. Reena Rajpal, who is fountainhead of our inspiration. And now I call upon our respected principal for her words of wisdom. Due to some urgent work, our principal could not attend today's inaugural ceremony. She has sent her blessings through this audio message.
Respected Professor Shobha Bagai, Professor Arjay B. Majumdar, teachers and students, a very good morning to everyone. I welcome you all to Infinitum 2021, our virtual education fair. It is a privilege to have amongst us today Professor Shobha Bagai. She is faculty at Central Institute of Education, the most popular CIE Department of Education of Delhi University. She is also the faculty at Cluster Innovation Center, once again a unit of Delhi University. We were fortunate to have her with us in the last year's Infinitum 2, in which she had taken an exhaustive and very informative 2-hour session with the students. I also warmly welcome Professor Majumdar. He is Dean Admissions and Outreach at Jindal University. Welcome to our program, sir. As an educational institution, we believe that we have a huge responsibility, that of shaping future citizens. On one hand, we have to equip our children with global citizenship skills, and on the other, nurture them into fine human beings. The present pandemic has certainly underlined the importance of nurturing children holistically. We also believe that each student of the school is significant and unique. They are significant and unique in their own way and should be helped to discover their talents and abilities so that they can achieve their potential. There is a tremendous amount of information regarding courses and colleges available on the internet. But without guidance, it can be overwhelming. It can bog you down. This education fair is an important step in this direction. It will offer a unique opportunity to our learners for assessing which direction is right for them. There are many constraints under which we are living presently. It is not absolutely safe to step out. So, we have put together this virtual career fair for you. We are bringing information about careers to your very home. Also, for your convenience, we will upload the recording of all the sessions on the school YouTube channel so that not just DLDAV SP students benefit from them, but the larger community can also use the information. Another advantage will be that the sessions can be viewed repeatedly. Through this fair, students will benefit in two ways. They will be able to get some meaningful counseling from our dynamic alumni experts who will give them actual glimpse into their careers and talk about the benefits, perks, challenges, and pitfalls. Nothing is more effective than real life experiences. Secondly, they will have the privilege of listening to distinguished resource persons who will guide them for college admissions and career opportunities. I must share with you that immediately after this inauguration, we are going to have a very special session on courses and admissions in Delhi University. This will be taken up by two people who are at the helm of affairs, Professor Pinky, who is Dean Admissions, and Dr. Haneet Gandhi, Deputy Dean Admissions of Delhi University. I hope all learners listen to these resource persons carefully, ask questions, and clear their doubts regarding admissions, courses, and careers. They can also have hands-on guidance and advice from the official representatives of various other Indian and foreign universities in the days to come. Dear parents, your children are our children. They are our pride and joy too, and we will leave no stone unturned to see them as happy and successful individuals. Having multiple experts to listen to while sitting at home is a great opportunity to get insights, tips, and even one-to-one advice that might not normally be available to children. So, watch these sessions with your children and interact with the officials. Dear children, we are trying to provide rock-solid support to you this time. If you falter, we will become your strength. If you decide to take a leap into the unknown, we will become your faith. We will guide you and love you unconditionally. May you shine and become accomplished professionals. All the very best.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us on the events of Infinitum and encouraging the students to attend the session specially designed for them. And now, I call upon my colleague, Ms. Pooja Yadav, to introduce our guests formally.
Thank you, Meru ma'am. Is every student's dream to land on a campus that falls under the Delhi University dynasty? We relish in the tradition that has birthed many intellectuals. With the launch of innovative schemes by MHRD and National Innovation Council, the university felt that innovation programs should be launched which should enhance creative potential of students, have innovative curriculum, are more project-oriented and tailored to the needs of society and industry, and thus to connect research with application for the benefit of society. Cluster Innovation Center, or popularly known as CIC, came into existence. The hallmark of this CIC is out-of-the-box thinking and action with hands-on application through a transdisciplinary route. The CIC has pioneered the concept of a meta college as well as a meta university and runs highly innovative state-of-art learning and research programs. Thus, CIC has a vibrant and diverse academic culture, and who would not like to be part of it? I'm privileged and feeling pride to welcome our very special guest, Dr. Shobha Bagai, one of the mentors at CIC, Delhi University. Like discussed, she is member of many organizations and shared her expertise across country. She has been awarded for Teaching Excellence Award for Innovation by University in 2015. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing us to your presence again. It really means a lot. We also have with us Professor R.J. Majumdar, Dean Admissions and Outreach, Jindal University. He has studied at St. Joseph's College, Calcutta, and pursued his bachelor's degree from National University of Judicial Sciences, Calcutta, again one of India's premier law schools. He pursued his master's degree in law from USA. He has been a visiting research fellow at the University of California, Liverpool, and many more. He has also on occasion advised the Government of India in their disinvestment programs. Thank you, sir, for taking out time from your busy schedule and gracing us with your presence. I now invite Ms. Shruti Gupta to take over the session from here and amaze our audience with a series of sessions that we have planned just for them. Over to you, Shruti ma'am.
Thank you, Pooja. Good morning, everyone. DLDAV Model School Shalimar Bagh proudly presents its annual education fair, Infinitum 5.0. Infinite information, opportunities, careers. We are bringing them all together under one banner, Infinitum. Before we proceed, let us have a look at the teaser. Shruti, can we have the teaser, please? Thank you, Shruti. We have had 4 very successful versions of this fair in the last 4 years, as you can see from the teaser. 3 years in the school campus, and the 4th one held last year in virtual format. We are proud to share that each time our fair has been a great success. And so we are back with the 5th version of Infinitum 5.0, this time too on a virtual platform, bringing careers and other information literally to the doorsteps of our children. We have put together for them, for our students, parents, and also the larger community, 15 hugely informative sessions from renowned organizations and universities, and 10 sessions from accomplished professionals who also happen to be our alumni. Actually, I would like to give a big shout out to our alumni. They are our source of pride and are always willing to help us. They have been a consistent part of our education fair. Now, my colleague Shelja and I will give you a quick virtual tour of all that you can look forward to in the coming 2 days. We are well into the inauguration ceremony and have had the privilege of listening to renowned professionals. Scheduled immediately after this is an extremely important session, courses and admissions in Delhi University. And we are thrilled that we will be having none other but the Dean and Deputy Dean of Admissions, DU, Professor Dr. Pinky and Dr. Haneed Gandhi. You don't want to miss this one, students, so please attend this. This will be followed by a session for class 12 students on understanding more about Jamia University. That will be taken by Professor Dr. Rehan Khan Suri, Professor Training and Placement Officer, Jamia Millia Islamia, Central University, New Delhi. Parallel to this session, there will be another one taken by Mr. Jayant, Manager Outreach, Shiv Nadar University. He will guide students of class 11 on breaking down barriers, multidisciplinary education. Third session of the day, sharp at 12 noon, will be conducted by Dr. Nitin Malik, Registrar Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, who will enlighten the students of class 12 about the various courses available and the admission procedure and timeline of this university. Engineering and management fields have always attracted students. Mr. Ramesh Mishra from NIMS University, Mumbai, will be sharing more information related to these fields. This will be a parallel session with the Ambedkar University one. Students of classes 11th and 12th who wish to study abroad, the final session on day 1 is for you. There will be 4 representatives from different organizations to guide you regarding international admissions. Ms. Sandhya Kathuria from SIUK, Ms. Rupali from USIEF, Ms. Surbhi Arora from IDP, and Mr. Praneet Singh from UpGrad. It's going to be a storehouse of information. The day will end with another informative session. Mr. Prikshit Thanda, Chief Strategy Officer at Mindler. He will guide students of class 12 regarding preparation for college admissions. Coming to day 2, it's new and it's exciting. Yes, the second day will begin with a special session, a sneak peek into Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University will be given to students of classes 11th and 12th by Professor Dr. Rehan Khan Suri and Mr. Puneet Pandey. Mr. Amit Ved from Pratham Institute will guide students of class 12 about changes in Delhi University in a parallel session. We cannot have a career fair without some serious counseling thrown in. Ms. Richa Agarwal, our alumni batch 1993, who has done a postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling, will guide students of class 10 on choosing the right career path. 3 parallel sessions have been scheduled at 10 a.m. on day 2, and these will be the sessions to look forward to. We will have the pleasure of listening to Mr. Shaurya Chima, Ashoka University. He will be giving a glimpse of Ashoka University to students of class 11th and 12th. Engineering aspirants, pay heed. Ms. Meera Datta from NIIT University will be guiding you on emerging careers in engineering. Computer science enthusiasts who are interested in ECE, IoT, and embedded systems can listen to our alumnus expert, Mayank Agarwal. This session for students of class 10 promises to be very interesting. The third slot begins at 11 a.m. with 3 parallel sessions again. So sharp at 11, Mr. Ankur Vohra, Director Outreach and International Admissions with OP Jindal Global University, He will be guiding students of class 11 and 12, commerce and humanities stream about the university. For those who are looking for an adventurous and a very lucrative career, choose Merchant Navy. Get to know more about this from officials of Anglo-Eastern Ship Company. Ms. Rupali Bakshi will be guiding students of classes 11th and 12th of science stream on scope of Merchant Navy as career option. Time management and preparation for competitive exams cannot be stressed upon enough. Students of class 10 will be guided by Mr. Ashish Koyal, founder of Vimukta Academy, and our alumnus, batch 2006, on this very important issue. We now come to the afternoon slot on day 2. Scope of foreign languages and extracurricular activities. This is something that we don't know much about yet. So let's get informed. Explore this different and creative session with Guncha Babbar, University of Delhi research scholar and also school alumna, batch 2012. Ms. Surbi Goyal, MA Economics, alumna batch 2000, currently placed with World Bank, will be guiding students of classes 11th and 12th commerce stream to explore careers in finance. Those looking for cracking JEE, do not miss the talk by Mayank Agarwal. He will guide students of non-medical stream of classes 11th and 12th on roadmap to successful engineering career. Medicine can be a very fulfilling career choice. Professor Dr. Pankaj Goyal, Professor and Head of Department of Dentistry, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Bhopal, will discuss the students of classes 11th and 12th about careers in medicine. Shilpi Sharma, who is Masters in Economics and is currently working in McKinsey and Company, she will guide students of class 10 on various career options. At 1 p.m., Mr. Praveen Khanna from Pratham Institute will guide students on stream-neutral career options. Data science as a career option is pretty lucrative too. Shilpi Sharma will guide students of classes 11th and 12th, this time commerce and science stream both, on how data science is slowly changing the world. And finally, Mr. Saurabh Nanda from Pratham Institute will be talking to class 12 students on how to choose a stream. So, that was a glimpse into the power-packed sessions for classes 10th, 11th and 12th in the 2 days. We are very pleased that we have been able to do this for everybody, the student and parent community, and hope that they will benefit from these sessions. Thank you so much. Over to you now, Pooja.
Thank you, Shruti ma'am. I now request Madam Bagai to take over the session and equip our students with the courses available at CIC. Over to you, Shubha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pooja, and thank you for the school administration for giving me this time to talk to the students. It's always a pleasure, in fact, talking to all the youngsters and the students. Slight correction, I'm not in the faculty of CIE. I am basically only at the Cluster Innovation Center. So the Cluster Innovation Center, as was already informed, it was made, it started in 2011 with a single course, which was BTech in IT and Mathematical Innovations. So I was heading that for almost 5 years, and this year, of course, the in-chargeship now has rotated and gone to another of my faculty members. The BTech in IT and Mathematical Innovations, as the name suggests, so the core papers that a student studies during the 4 years and 8 semesters is, of course, they study all the major papers in IT, and they also side by side study all the major papers in applied mathematics. my field is basically mathematics. So, I can tell you more about the mathematics. So starting, from your basic calculus, it's beyond the calculus that you would have done in class 11th and 12th. Then we go on to linear algebra, differential equations, then we OR, statistics. These are the various topics that are being covered in the mathematics part. I'll just quickly tell you about the two undergraduate programs that we are running at CIC before, I tell you the details about both the courses. The second course that we run at CIC, specifically the undergraduate course, is a BA Honours in Humanities and Social Sciences. Now, this is a very unique and an interesting course. It comes under the meta college concept, and what we say is make your own degrees. So, whenever if you're taking an admission into a college, so there are certain groups of, combination of subjects that you take, and actually those combinations of subjects that you take are generally restricted, due to various logistics or various constraints that a college, has. But in the BA Honours Humanities and Humanities and Social Sciences, when we say it is make your own degree. So you do have okay. So you do have an option, of choosing the courses that you want. Of course, there are four major streams, that we counsel our students to take. One is in art and counseling, one is historical tourism. One is art and design, one is historical tourism, one is career and counseling, and the other, of course, is your education. In BTech also, along with IT and mathematics, you can have your minors in your system biology. You can have a minor in economics and management. You can have a minor in embedded systems and robotics. What we mean by that is that, during the 8 semesters, and this basically starts from the 2nd semester, you'll be able to choose your optionals, and the optionals basically, are designed in such a way that, if you want, you can also chart out your career in any of the 3 sub streams that I mentioned before. But whether you are at BTech IT or whether you are in BA Honours Humanities and Social Sciences, one common thread, that goes along all the courses at the Cluster Innovation Center is we have a lots of emphasis on hands-on projects. The parents are also sitting over here, and maybe a few of the students are also aware of it, that the new education policy that has been announced by the government, it actually lays a lot more stress, on interdisciplinarity, multidisciplinarity, project work. And, I am quite happy to say that before, this NEP was announced, in fact, all the key features that I mentioned in the new education policy, the Cluster Innovation Center had already been implementing that since 2011. To look at more details, you can go at our website, which is DUCIC. If I can just present my screen, I think I can quickly go to that site. Can I do that, Pooja or Shruti?
Yes, ma'am, that would be so nice.
Okay, so I'll just share my screen, and quickly take you through the website of CIC, where, you can know about more details of the courses. So I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Yeah. So this is the site that it is there, ducic.ac.in. Of course, currently the site, we are updating the site, so maybe you might face a slight problem. But just a minute, I think so. I just have to. Yeah. So that's the site. Right. So under CIC, you can look at all the objectives, the governing body, the list of committees, and so on and so forth. But the importance to you would be the study that you have So these are the three courses that we run, but the first two courses will be of the interest to the school children. But as I already said, was the BTech in Information Technology and Mathematical Innovation. So you can look at all the eligibility criteria. For BTech, the eligibility criteria that we need is a student must have studied mathematics in class 12, right? So that is the basic thing that we need. And of course, then we have BA Honors, Humanities and Social Sciences. So the various course structure and the syllabus can be visited from the site. Then in the people, you can look at all the faculty members that are there and what are their credentials. So their CVs are uploaded over there. Now, this is in fact important, in innovations, there are certain projects that the students who have done in-house, right? So these may not be the a project report of the internships that the student do. Specifically in the BTech program, once a student passes out after their 4th year, a student would necessarily have done, 3 summer internships, one 6 months, what we call it as a major industrial internship, 3 semester long projects, and of course, small projects, which is generally associated with almost all these subjects that we teach at CIC. And all these, are integrated with your evaluation system. So it is not that, it is by choice, whether you want to do it or you do not want to do it. Most of the engineering colleges and the colleges which are giving the degrees, you will see that the mandatory internships or the projects are generally 1 or at the max 2. But here, since each and every child is expected to be involved into a number of projects and internships, so by the time a student passes out of the 8th semester, when you go out into the market, because we are also talking about the career counseling. So once when you go out to the market, what is basically required is not just the theoretical knowledge, but the skill set that you have developed during your learning years at any institution. So this center does provide you with that. And since it is mandatory for all the students to do it, so in the beginning, the students do feel a little uncomfortable that, coming fresh, coming raw out of the school. But by the time they are made to go through this grind, I am, very happy to announce that all our students after the 4th year gave us the feedback that this is the best kind of a system we could ever have. The industry into which our students have gone, they have given us a good feedback about our students. So I think we're happy about the way we are going about it. So coming to this projects, let me just, since I'm from the maths part, so let me just open the applied mathematics. And there are a few of the projects that have been put up out over there. A few of them have also resulted into research paper, like the first one, the dynamic image restoration using partial differential equation. The students who did this project actually, turned it out as a research paper. So this is the website, that you can explore. The course of BTech is a 4-year course with 8 semesters. The course on BA Humanities and Social Sciences, it's a 3-year course with 6 semesters. The admission to these courses are done by the All India test that is conducted by the University of Delhi, what is called as DUET, D-U-E-T, Delhi University Entrance Test. It's conducted by NTA. So this generally happens in the month of May. Again, for the last year and this year, because of the pandemic, the tests did get delayed. This year also, we are expecting that the test will be conducted sometimes in the month of September. Because I think all the current students are there, but in case the parent of any alumni who is also present, whose child has already cleared class 12, the registration for the DUET is open right now, and I think my colleagues, the two colleagues from the University of Delhi, will tell you more in detail about the registration and about the Delhi University admissions in the next session. I think I've just given a very brief glimpse as to what is there at CIC. So I'll stop here. I've already introduced you to the website. In case any student does have a question, so maybe, after my colleague panelist has also spoken about it, and if we have time, we might take up certain questions from the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the school, I'm really thankful to you for taking out time from your busy schedule and to grace this occasion. It was indeed an illuminating session and a lot of information has been given to our students. Thank you once again, ma'am. I now request Professor Arjaya to take over the session.
All right. Thank you so very much, Pooja ma'am. That was indeed enlightening. 45 minutes so far, and it's great to be here at DAV Shalimar Bagh, virtually of course. My greetings to all the faculty members, the staff members, students, parents. I'd like to spend some time talking directly to the students. And when my colleague Shailendra, when he mentioned that I would be part of the inaugural ceremony at this career fair, and I thought to myself, what if my school had a career fair back when I was in school? And what would I want to hear? What would I need to hear? Of course, I come from a school which did not have career fairs back in the day, right? But I'd like to share a couple of experiences or a couple of learnings that I have sort of gathered over the years. And there are two things I would like to share with the students of DLDAV today. Over the next 2 days, and I saw the teaser with great intent, over the next 2 days, you will be bombarded by information from so many representatives from different walks of life, from different universities, different colleges. And they will all tell you that this is how one does whatever career one takes up. And right now, perhaps many of you are feeling that we need to make a choice. There might be some of you who might be feeling that I don't want to make a choice, right? So the first sort of words of wisdom that I'd like to share with you is that career choices can change. That's one. And two, it's okay not to know what you want to be. It's perfectly all right. Back when I was in class 12, or class 11 actually. Well, let's take a year back, let's say class 10. Class 10, I was good at English. I used to write well. I used to read quite advanced English. And I thought I would be a journalist. My father said, nothing doing better, you are going into science stream. Why? Because you have to do engineering. I'll come back to that later. So I got into the science stream and I nearly failed in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Nearly failed in class 11. That's where you are right now. I'm hoping that you're not failing. If you are, that's okay too. At least in the long run. So then we realized that science wasn't my cup of tea. So back to being a journalist. One day, my mother comes home and says, here is an application form for a national law school in Calcutta. Nobody had heard of it. I said, okay, I'll sit for it. And by some stroke of luck or genius, I'm not so sure, I got an All India rank of 32. So from journalist, I decided to go to law school and I turned into a lawyer. In a span of 2 years, my career choices changed from journalism to engineering to journalism to lawyer. Right now, I occupy a leadership position in an educational institution. Does my job require me to have a law degree? Absolutely not. I recently had the opportunity to meet a gentleman by the name of Amish Tripathi. Some of you may have heard of him. He's an amazing Hindu mythology / fiction writer. His books, such as The Immortals of Melua, have become bestsellers. Did you know that he was originally an investment banker? So if you had to become an author, if you had to become a writer, why would you have to do investment banking? Career trajectories can change at any point of time. And in our conversation between Mr. Tripathi and me, we realized that on an average, people's career trajectories and their directions change about 3 times throughout their lifetime. So whatever choices you are making over the next 2 days, over the next few months, over the next 1 year, go ahead, make those choices. Be fearless, but make sure that you know that that choice can change at some point of time. I'll leave you with a couple of examples. One gentleman that changed the way we use personal computers, Steve Jobs. Did you know that Steve Jobs did not have a tech degree or a science degree? He should have, right? He created the world's best computer company, Apple. He had a liberal arts degree from Reed College. And in fact, in a number of speeches and interviews, Mr. Jobs continuously mentioned that he'd taken up a course in calligraphy, handwriting, or beautiful handwriting, while he was at Reed College as part of his liberal arts degree. And because he took up a course in calligraphy, he realized that fonts, font sizes, font design is important. As a result, you now have to fight over whether to use Comic Sans or Times New Roman in a project that you're typing out. It changed the way we look at computers forever. And it started with a liberal arts degree. So, which means that even if you're making a choice right now, that choice may change later on, and it's perfectly okay to do so. That's the first sort of word of wisdom I have for you. I've got a timer over here so that I don't go beyond 10 minutes. The second thing that I'd like to share with you today is something that not many people may agree with. In fact, I'm going to be deliberately provocative, almost to the extent of being radical. Ever since independence, we've realized that we were left a very poor and agrarian economy focused on earning money through agriculture. Our first prime ministers, they realized this. And they said, okay, we must rapidly industrialize. That dams are the temples of modern India. What do you need for industrialization? You need a lot of engineers. You need a lot of people working in science, technology, engineering, etc. It's the STEM subjects. As a result, we've industrialized a lot, which is great. The economy is booming. The stock markets are at an all-time high. And perhaps now is the time to turn our attention to the social sciences, arts, and humanities. The O.P. Jindal Global University was founded in 2009. And since then, we've made a conscious decision to stay away from science, technology, engineering, and medicine. There are plenty of very, very good colleges and universities across India that do fantastic work, including, of course, the CIC at Delhi University, right? But at the same time, let's take a look at the biggest challenge humanity is facing today. Well, some might say it's the pandemic, all right? Let's say it is the pandemic. What can we do to get ourselves rid of the pandemic? The scientists have an answer. Vaccinate everybody. Great. Do we have a vaccine? Yes, we have plenty of vaccines. So what's the problem? Why aren't we vaccinating everybody? The solution does not lie in science. The solution lies in supply chain management. The solution lies in logistics. The solution lies in communication. Does this have anything to do with science, technology, or engineering, or medicine? Absolutely not. These are the social sciences, arts, and humanities. How you communicate a vaccination plan is as important as the plan itself. Let's say the pandemic goes away. What's the biggest challenge then for humanity, for the planet? Climate change, or as I prefer to call it, a climate crisis. We know the science of this. We know the science that we are emitting CFCs, we are increasing carbon dioxide in the air, we are still burning fossil fuels, and that's the science. What are we doing about it? Our Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, a few years ago, decided on an odd-even rule. Maybe you appreciated it, maybe you did, that's up to you. But then it was never re-implemented. Why wasn't it re-implemented? Because we know for a fact that vehicular pollution causes the climate crisis. We know for a fact that bursting crackers during Diwali, which coincides with a dip in temperatures, which again coincides with crop burning, causes all of us to have asthmatic problems around October every year in Delhi. We know the science behind it. Why aren't we doing anything about it? Why is my air conditioner still on? These are not questions of science anymore. These are questions of economics. Because when the National Green Tribunal banned fireworks in Delhi last year, it ran a few fireworks traders out of business. It put them into poverty. These are questions of poverty. These are questions of development. These are questions of ethics. These are questions of sociology. So we might complain about crop burning by farmers in Haryana, Punjab, etc. But where are the machines to remove those crops? That again is a question of finance. So my second piece of advice to the students at DLV, and I will stop here, is that if you feel that there is more to life than engineering and technology, I can assure you, having been there myself as a science student in 11 and 12, and then moved on to the social sciences, arts and humanities, I can tell you, there was that one little, slide that I remember in the teaser itself. Perhaps it was there last year. I am not good enough to crack the engineering entrance exam. Humanities does not have good options. I would like you to challenge that notion. Because let's face it, the world's richest man, or he was a couple of months ago, Elon Musk, while he has a BA in physics, his original degree was in economics. And that, my dear friends, is the world's richest man, and the closest we'll come to getting a real life Tony Stark. With that, I hand the virtual mic back to the organizers. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Pooja ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful session and actually igniting us with a lot of questions in our mind. I just want to ask if there is any student who want to ask something from the experts here. Maybe from Dr. Bagai or Rajay. You can raise your hands if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will just ask Shalini ma'am to take the session forward.
I, on behalf of DLDAV Shalimabad fraternity, extend a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests of the day, Professor Shobha Bagai and Professor Majumdar sir. You have beautifully navigated our learners on the path of success by sharing your valuable insights and, on the various career choices. We are indeed indebted to you both for sparing your valuable time and gracing our function today. Your inspiring presence and words of wisdom will definitely motivate our students to excel, particularly the way you've talked about it's okay not to be okay. And you also talked about venturing various fields, no matter, but then following your passion. And when the passion becomes a profession, that beats all records. So thank you very much once again, Madam and Sir. Now to the students. Get set to join the plethora of sessions which are lined up specially for you, as mentioned in the planner. Please join the mentioned Google Meet and with the codes and benefit. So this is the charter you can see. This is what is lined up here on day one. Over to the students. Now they have to be the doers. Thank you so much. It's a real fortunate moment universities, great resource persons knocking at your doorsteps. So over to the
Thank you
students
so much.
and the sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Shobha ma'am. Meenakshi, you can stop the recording now.